Hello everyone, my name is Teja. Today I was here to explain another topic from the operating system subject, and the topic name is batch processing and multiprogramming operating system. Let's see what is operating system. An operating system is a program that acts as an interface between user and the computer hardware and controls the execution of all kinds of operations. Which means that an operating system is a software that helps us to interact with the hardware of a system like mouse, keyboard, printer, etc. And it send controls or commands to perform the operation based on our requirements. There are majorly four types of operating systems. They are multitasking operating system, multiprocessing operating system, time-sharing operating system, real-time operating system, multi-programming and batch operating system, simple batch operating system, network operating system, and distributed operating system. In this session, we are going to learn about batch operating system and multi-programming operating system. Let's see what is batch operating system. Before getting into what is batch operating system, I have to see that what is batch operating system and when it was started and how it was used. In the year 1970s, it means that around 1970s, in that time, batch processing was very popular. In At that time, there are no prese- no technology was updated. So we're using the batch processing as one of the most popular operating system. In this technique, similar type of jobs were batched together and executed in time. Before that, we are using each and every single program at once as an individual programming. But in instruction of batch operating system, we're using all the similar types of operating system and making it a batch and execute it together at one time. The people are using to have a single computer control to call it as mainframe, as they are only one system that the many people can interact with it to perform their operations. In that system, the CPU, the computer access is given to more than one person. It means that many people can access one system to submit their jobs and to get their output as their requirements. The system put all the jobs in a queue in the basing of first in first out, and queue follows first in first serve mechanism, and then execute the jobs one by one. The user collects their respective output when all the jobs get executed. It means that here all the jobs, similar jobs are collected and placed it in a queue based on the first come first serve recommend mechanism and execute it program based on the FCFS. This is the block diagram of how the batch operating system executes the process. This is the which gives jobs to the batch queue, and this will be the process of execution of the programming based on the first come first serve requirement. As this is the first, it is the next, this is next, and this is the final. This will be executed by interacting with the monitor and then hardware to perform their operations. The purpose of this operating system was mainly to transfer control from one job to another as soon as the job was completed. Means that if one job is completed, then it will perform controls to the another job to transfer its output if required to complete its process. For one process, there are many multiple commands or jobs required to perform, which means that for some programs they need to get their input from the device or from the user, etc. These jobs will be done continuously to perform its operations. Contains a small set of programs called the resident monitor that allows residence in one part of in the main memory. The remaining part is used for server jobs. Means that in the monitor, this will be the parts that will interact or present in the batch operating system. The interrupt processing, device drivers, job sequencing, control language interrupt will be present in a monitor together, and the user programming data will be present at one level. This is the size of the size of these things present in, and the user programming area will be separated. This is the image. Yeah. What is the advantages of batch operating system? These are the resident member monitor improves computer efficiency as it will eliminate CPU time between the two jobs. It means that here the CPU need not to wait for one process to complete it. It immediately go to the next process if one process is get executed. This will increase the efficiency of the CPU. But it has some disadvantages like starvation, which means that if one process is, let's see an example that if there are five processes with names as job 1, job 2, as J1, J2, J3, J4, and J5 present in a batch, which are similar jobs, its execution time of job 1 is very high. Which means that the completion time or burst time of the job 1 is very high. Then the other four processes need to be wait to complete until the first process is get completed for a long time. Otherwise, the process gets started. Which means that the next process will have to wait for a long time until the job one get executed. This will cause a starvation. Sometimes the job one or job two get executed and they did not give CPU time to execute J3, J4, and J5. This is called as starvation. And next, not interactive. So means that the batch operation is not the batch processing is not suitable for jobs that are depending on the user input. Which means that if any process required user input for their execution, they will not be considered as a batch processing. Which means that batch processing is not suitable for it. If a job provides input of 2p number from the console, then it will never get in the batch processing scenario since the user is not present at the time of execution. Which means that if the job requires the input of two numbers from the console, which means hence get it in the batch processing scenario since the user is not present in the system, which means that while executing, there are multiple users which send the request to the batch and waiting for the output. As the user are not present at the system, when the system require any input from the user, it is not suitable for batch processing and multi-programming operating system. Multi-programming operating system is an extension of batch processing operating system. But it also keeps the CPU always busy. It means that there is no waiting time for the CPU to execute its next process. Each process needs two types of system times, CPU time and IO time. If any system required IO, it's called as IO time. In a multi-programming environment, when a process does its IO, the CPU can start the execution of another process. It means that here is no possibility of starvation. As if one process is waiting for the IO, then it will go execute. Then CPU execute its next process. Therefore, the multi-processing improves the efficiency of the system more better than the batch processing. And the advantage of multi-programming operating system is therefore the system is fixed. Throughout the system, it increases as the CPU always has one process to execute. As we see before, if any process required IO, so that the process will have to wait for this IO operation. The CPU will not wait for the process and can execute the next process, which make the CPU busy always and increase the efficiency and time of execution. The response can also be reduced. And the disadvantages of multi-programming operating system is multi-programming operating system provide environment in which resources various system resources are used efficiently, but they do not provide any user interaction with the computer system. As it is the extension of batch processing system, there are multiple of users request sends their job and waiting for the request, waiting for the output to from the system. as it allows IO operations between the execution, but there is no user interaction with the computer system as there are multi users present in it. This is the diagram of multi-programming operating system as there are number processes are present in the main memory, uh, program A, program B, and program C. This is the secondary memory stored which if any process programming like program A, program B, or program C required any input or output, it need to interact with the secondary memory and write the output in the secondary memory. And if here the example see, process A and process B is executed and the output is going to write on the secondary memory disk, and the process B is get executing now, and the program C is waiting for the CPU to execute, and it will be the next process to execute as it follow first come first serve mechanism as the batch processing. Hope you understand the topic. Thank you.